How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm Will, and today we're opening up another hero pack from Marvel Champions. So those of you unaware, Marvel Champions is a game by Fantasy Flight Games. It is what is called a living card game. So instead of like Pokemon or one of the other collectible card games, trading card games, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, you buy these packs and they have all of the cards that you need to play the deck. But they can still be combined with other decks. Unlike Keyforge, where the deck you get is the deck you get, you can still modify these decks a la deck building, right? So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into the Thor pack. Ooh, Loki. Now, there is rumor that Loki is coming in the upcoming Thanos set. The rumor occurs because the Spanish preview actually has a Loki and Hela card. If you go to Fantasy Flight's site, they don't mention anything about it. But if you go to Asmodee's pre-order site, which I did because I pre-ordered it, it actually mentions Hela and Loki. So I don't know if they're going to be part of the campaign or if maybe they're just going to be a secondary scheme. We'll have to find out when we get more information. But of course, we will be getting that and playing it on the channel. I'll be opening the deck as soon as I get it. So make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification to know when that video goes live. Now, the other thing you notice in here, this plastic thing, of course, does not come with it. If you've seen our other unboxings, these are the dividers I've got to put in the core boxes to split up my characters. The nice little design here is from Divider Central. If you go back and watch our core box opening, I talk about how I make those dividers. But with that said, guys, let's go ahead and get into Thor's deck, the Odin Son, right? So here we go, Thor in his Odin. Which way do I start? Do I start this side? I think I usually start in the alter ego. We're going to start with Thor today. We'll go to his alter ego next. So he does have 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. He is an Asgardian and an Avenger. Valkyrie is, of course, been leaked, so we do know we're getting Valkyrie. Angela is in a couple of the decks too, so of course those are your Asgardians. Have at the response. After you engage a minion, you get to draw 2 cards. That's really nice. You get some extra hand size. His normal hand size is 4, so that comes in really handy. And then his hit points are 14. Odin's Son, of course, he has a 4 recovery, so he heals for 4. Worthy action. Search your deck and discard pile for Mjolnir, upgrade, and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Limit once per round. Hand size of 5, hit points of 14. So, of course, that allows you to get through here and find that upgrade card, which we will get to, I guess, in a few minutes. So we have Lady Sif, another Asgard. Ally of 4, thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, not too bad. After Lady Sif enters play, ready Thor Odinson. So basically you can attack or you can heal and then bring her in, he readies it back up. That's really powerful because that's one of the biggest disadvantages of, having to use a heal action. You basically have to exhaust yourself. Or say you're up against a villain that exhausted you during the turn, which we're going to be playing the Wrecking Crew, and there's a couple of them in there that will exhaust our character, make us discard. She's going to come in real handy for that, because then we're going to be able to unexhaust Thor and bring him back. Almost seems like he was fit to fight him, right? Next is Defender of the 9 Realms, 0 cost event. It is a thwart, so here action thwart. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. That allows you to remove 3 threat, which again, Thor likes beating up on minions. It lets him draw more cards, right? For Asgard, 1, alter ego action, search your deck and discard pile for the Asgard trait and add it to your hand, shuffle the deck. So that's going to allow you to add the Asgard trait to other characters, which then come in play with Thor's abilities. So Hammer Throw, you're going to throw Mjolnir, right? 3 for that cost. Hero action attack, exhaust Mjolnir, deal 8 damage to an enemy, and return Mjolnir to your hand. This attack gains overkill. Now I'm really wondering how much Mjolnir costs to play, because that could get costly. So we get 2 of those, 3 of those, 4 of those, no, 3 of those. Lightning Strike, only 1. Is it going to be like Chain Lightning? Spend X lightning resources to deal X damage to the villain and each minion engaged with you. This attacks, ignores tough status if you have the aerial trait. So that's nice. So it is like Chain Lightning. It's going to have all of the people engaged or that you're trying to attack. Asgard is a support for 3. You get +1 hand size. Seems very important since his hand size was only 4. For 2, you get an upgrade, God of Thunder. Thunder. Sorry, guys. That's probably going to give me a copyright strike now, right? Asgard, it is his title. Hero resource, exhaust God of Thunder to generate a resource. You got 2 of those. So here it is, Mjolnir. Okay, so it only costs 1, so that actually isn't too bad to actually play. Restricted, max 2 restricted cards per player. Thor gets +1 attack and gains aerial trait. I wonder why it says restricted max 2. I would think he only has 1. Okay. I don't know why I don't just say limit 1. Thor's helmet. You get 5 more hit points, so make it more beefy. And then you do have his buddy here coming to help. Hercules, 6 to plan very much. That's a lot. 1 thwart, 3 attack. He does have 4 hit points, so that's a little bit better. Reduce the cost to play Hercules by 1 for each minion engaged with you. Oh, so again, that goes to play with Thor bringing the minions into play, so it could make him cheaper. We do have Valkyrie as an ally in the decks, of course. If you want to play a Valkyrie Thor deck, of course, she would only be able to use for the resources, but she is an ally with 3, thwart 1, attack 2, 3 hit points, Asgard, and Avenger. After Valkyrie enters play, deal 2 damage to a minion, 3 damage instead if you paid for this card using a resource, so that's good. Knocking out minions helps Thanos, or not Thanos, helps Thor. If you're knocking out a minion helps Thanos, we're in trouble, right? It'll be like you go up against Thanos in the new scenario pack, and every time you destroy a minion, he gets stronger. That's not going to be good. Chase him down. So this is a card we've seen before. 0, and after you thwart, or for a thwart, your hero attacks and defeats an enemy. Remove 2 threat from the scheme. So again, it kind of goes with those minions. You get more minions out, you knock them out, helps you remove some of that threat. Get over here! I guess he's Scorpion now. For 0, hero action, deal 1 damage to a minion. If you have aerial trait, engage that enemy. So, does he have aerial by default? I missed that part. Avenger, response. What gave him aerial? Was it Mjolnir? Because I didn't see any other thing. Let's see here. Upgrade. Okay. There we go. No, that's title. Aerial trait. There we go. Yeah. So Mjolnir gives him his aerial trait. So I would think you'd want Mjolnir out anyways. I wouldn't see any reason why you wouldn't. As soon as you bring it back to your hand, put it in play next turn. I guess unless you're Odinson, then there's really not a reason to. But there you go. You deal 1 damage to a minion if you have that. So that is a free attack. So again, get minions out in front of you and beat them up. Another 0. Holy cow. Like almost everything in his deck is free. Mean swing. Hero interrupt. When your hero makes a basic task, exhaust a weapon upgrade on your hero. That hero gets +3 attack for this attack. You get 3 of those. Power of aggression. So we've seen this before. Basically, it's a double wild if you're playing an aggression card, which is what his deck is. Hall of Heroes costs 2. It's Asgard location. After you defeat a minion, place 1 glory counter here. Exhaust Hall of Heroes, remove 3 glory counters to draw 3 cards. So again, gives Thor that draw support that he needs from having such a low hand size. Here's another upgrade. Battle Fury. Play under a player's control, max 1 per player. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why Mjolnir isn't just max 1, because there's only 1. And it can only be played in Thor's deck. Very confusing, guys. After your hero attacks and defeats a minion, deal 1 damage to your hero, discard, and ready your hero. So it basically gives you another ready option besides Lady Sif. Jarnborn, you probably said that completely wrong. This, of course, is when he was Odinson and he lost the hammer. He didn't lose it. He wasn't quite worthy, or I think he just dropped it. Yeah, he dropped it. He didn't want to pick it back up. Jane Foster picked it up. Lady Thor. Maybe we're getting a Lady Thor down the line. Either way, restricted max 2 response. After your hero attacks an enemy, spend a fighting resource, strength resource, and you get to deal 2 damage. And that only costs 1, so not bad. Heimdall is an ally, so again, more Asgardians. 2 thwart, 3 attack. He does take 2 damage to himself with only 4 hit points. After Heimdall enters play, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 of them, put the others back. That's nice, though. Now I can see why he costs 5 and won't take so much damage, because that can really set up the deck for you in the future. Invulnerability. Give your hero a tough status card, so that's always good. Take less damage. Double energies, you always get your double energies. Avengers Mansion, which is basically an exhaust to draw one card. Odin, unless he's not taking a bath a while, I don't think Thor smells. He probably smells like lavender and lilac. You know, gods, they smell good. But Odin's Anger, so this is obligation, give to the Odinson player. You may flip alter ego form if you choose, remove the anger from the game, or if not, then from your hand you can discard this obligation. So that's your choice, right? So every hero is going to have basically that same choice that they have to make, either flip over to your alter ego and exhaust. Now for Odin, or at least for Odinson / Thor, not as big of a deal because he's got a couple options to unexhaust himself. A lot of other characters don't have that ability. So his nemesis is Side Scheme. So we do have Loki currently in here as Thor's nemesis. So of course this is his Side Scheme. And then Loki comes to play. So he has 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points. When Loki would be defeated, discard the top card of the encounter deck. That card is Treachery. Heal all damage. Whoa, that's not fun. Oy. Frost Giants, of course. Loki's. I never realized, was it because of Frost Giant in Hell? I know Loki's the adopted brother. I know he's actually the son of a Frost Giant. I think he's a runt, which is why he was outcast. It's been a while since I read the comic. But Scheme 1, Attack 3 for Toughness. So, of course, he comes in with a Tough status card, and if it's a boost, if the villain is attacking, this attack deals damage to a character and you stun. Trickster is a Treachery. When revealed, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card. Ooh. And then stop. That is the end of his deck. So let me go ahead and slide these over a key. And then, so these are the extra cards. So the older decks and some of the newer decks, the Phase 2 decks didn't have these extra cards. But these allow you, as I mentioned in the beginning, to upgrade your existing decks, or maybe even make a single deck out of each deck, so that way you don't have to keep remaking them. There is a good list over at One Board Game Geek. Somebody has actually done that. Every single deck has a unique deck or a unique aspect deck that you can just build and add to any deck, so that way none of the cards are duplicated, because as the core box is, you can't build 2 of the heroes at the same time. They share the same aspect deck. But you do get a new card. You get Under Surveillance. Attached to the main scheme, max 1 per scheme. Increase the target threat value attached by 4. So they usually give you 3. Yep, 3 of those. Teamwork. When you use your basic thwart or basic attack, exhaust an ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to your hero's power for this use. So that's called 0, so that's not too bad. Second win, beautiful art. Captain Marvel there. Heal 4 damage from Identity. 5 damage instead if you paid using the Scientifica. It's not science, it's intelligence, I think, but it looks like science. It reminds me of science. Enhanced Physique. Use 3, okay, so you get 3 counters. You exhaust the physique to remove 1 physical counter to generate a attack strength resource. So you get 3 of those with good old Luke Cage on it. There we go, guys. That is the Thor Marvel Champions Hero Pack. If you'd like to see how this deck plays, we will be playing it against the Wrecking Crew with Captain Marvel this coming Thursday, so make sure you hit that bell and subscribe button to know when we go live. There's also a video there that you can click that set reminder so that way you can watch us live. Tell us what we're doing right, tell us what I'm doing wrong, give us a couple tips. We can use them. Until next time, guys. Peace.